welcome everybody to the 12 o'clock show with Mayor Joe. Joining me today, the first of two guests. Some people you may have seen just a couple of times. You guys were just at council the other week. So we've got our school representatives from the robotics team from Reynoldsburg. So go ahead and introduce yourselves so that way we can, everybody who's watching.
Yeah, so my name is Aditi Packrell, and I'm the marketing supervisor this year for the Reynoldsburg robotics team.
My name is Aiden Slisher. I am the business lead for our robotics team.
And I hope both your parents are going to send you questions that will embarrass you at some point in time during this. Because that has happened one time. Somebody asked about why they didn't get their room cleaned on a regular basis, things like that. So hopefully if they're watching, yes, I'm hoping there's something fun in there. All right, so I know you guys have been on, but not everybody watches every single time. I don't know why. So tell us a little bit about the robotics team. What exactly is, like, everybody has this thing where it's like robots killing each other. Can you give a little bit more context to it?
Yeah, so our robotics team is comprised of about 40 members. Obviously, we don't have all of the members working on the robots. Our team is split up into kind of two subgroups. We have the build side, and they're the people who actually go and they build the robot. They do the engineering, they do the design work, they screw in the screws, the wiring, all that stuff. I don't know much about it. And then we have the marketing side of the team, which is what we're both on, and we handle kind of getting our sponsors, doing community events, and organizing the marketing and like branding of the team. And yeah, is there anything I'm forgetting?
No, that's nice because I think that one of the things that I like is for people who don't have the technical skills to do certain things, that there's still something else out there to do because there's so much more to it. And that's the thing when I've gone on tours at the campus area, at your lab as you're putting everything together, getting a tour and talking to everybody who has all of their individual roles is just always a good thing. All right, so the big thing is obviously competitions. So I know the competitions are later in the year, so tell us a little bit about that. We were kind of talking a little bit ahead of time before the show, so tell us a little bit about competitions.
Yeah, so basically every year on the first Saturday of January, they announce what the game is going to be. So every year we have to build a new robot per the designs of that game, so we can't just reuse our robot from last year. So once we get that robot and once we get that game design, we have about 11 weeks to build the actual robot. So that means CADing it out onto CAD software, building it, getting all the parts, putting it together, coding it, making sure it works, and then getting our drive team to kind of have some practice with it. While that's happening, me and Aiden are working on Impact, which is the other big award that we present at competition. And in that award, we present to the judges about everything we've done that year, or for the past 3 years, in regards to the community and how we've impacted the community. And then we go to competition. We're going to 2 competitions this year, Miami Valley and the Buckeye Regional. And we go and we compete with our robot, and we also compete with Impact, and we also compete for a couple of other awards. So it's not just all about robots and like that part of it. We have a lot more that we do. And then those competitions are in March and April, I believe.
Now they're a lot of fun. You guys have both been there before, so can you give it like an example of like what's the environment like? So you're there, your robot is out there doing whatever it needs to be doing. What's that like? What's the crowd like? How's the noise? All that type of thing.
It's really fun. There's lots of cheering that's happening. Everybody is kind of supporting each other. In FIRST, which is the organization we're part of, there's a principle called gracious professionalism. So that's where we may be competing, but we're going to be gracious about it. So last competition, one part of our robot just wasn't working, and we actually had a mentor from another team come and basically sit with us and help us fix it for like 2 hours. And so it's just a really supportive, fun, energetic environment. I don't know any better way to explain it.
I've seen, because I know that they've live streamed some of the events before, and I've watched a few of them just going through, and it is cool. And I have seen things like that where people are trying to help each other out. Yes, there's competition, but there's more to it than that. So you mentioned a little bit about marketing and sponsorship and things like that. So you guys are always looking, I'm sure, because everybody just loves throwing money at you all the time, I'm sure. But what kind of events are you doing to kind of help fundraise and get things ready as you approach build season? And honestly, the snacks and everything to go with the transportation from here to whichever competition you're going to.
Yeah, so actually coming up on November 10th, we're having a Dine to Donate night at Texas Roadhouse. On November 18th, we're doing a euchre tournament at Jimmy V's to help fundraise that way. And we also, throughout the year, we have given all of our members these lovely local sponsor letters to go and take around to the local businesses that they frequent to help us raise funds that way as well. In addition, I personally spend a lot of my time reaching out with our corporate sponsors. Those are the larger corporations that give us that would give us most of the money we use to operate our team on a year-to-year basis.
Anything else you want me to share or that I can put up and kind of, because I know you got it. So I had it printed out just in case too. So one of the good things is that you can actually use some of the more, I guess you'd say, more modern versions of donations. So instead of like going in and having some kind of ridiculous, I'm going to sell like mums and other kind of things, it's like, hey, no, just give us money and then we'll leave you alone, and we don't have to, you don't have to pick anything up or eat any other candy or anything else like that. But Venmo and Cash App are always good things because, again, not only are we talking about the cost of the bill, but we're also talking about transportation. We're talking about, and again, I joke about the snacks because I've heard stories about the snacks.
The snacks is true.
Yeah, you have to have there has to be enough there for everybody.
The team goes feral when the snack cart comes out. During build season, we typically are in the lab from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, all day. So we go through a lot of snacks.
Yep, it's basically just like for those of you that had teenagers at one point in time at home, it's just like that, except there's more of them, and yeah, that's one of those things. Now, if somebody who, let's say whether they support it or not, let's say they want to just learn more about it, is there a way, how do they get more, how can community members get involved, help, understand what goes more than basically just what they see here today?
Yeah, so we are on all social media. We have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok too, I'm pretty sure, so you can go on there to learn some more. Additionally, you can go to our website, which should be techdiv.com. We have a lot of information about the team up on the website. And if you want to learn more in person, on November 8th, we're going to be hosting a Women in STEM conference, so you can pop by, say hi, and learn more. And learn more about the team that way, as well as the greater organization that we're a part of. We're having a lot of other teams come as well with their robots. You'll get to see them in action, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. And I think things are kicking off about 12 o'clock, and then it goes till 5, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, so it's a pretty good day. So for those of you that are big fans of Ohio State football, remember, I don't think this weekend's game starts till 1, so you can come early or you can come after that. And like I said, it's probably not going to be a long game to watch, so... but the important thing especially is now with everything going on with the school district and whatnot, what our kids do is very important because it is going to set the stage for other things. Maybe you're not going to be building robots the rest of your life, but the stuff that you're learning on the management side, the marketing side of it is something that you'll be able to take with you all the way across. So I appreciate it. Anything else that I forgot to talk about? Anything?
Not that I can remember. Come to the Women in STEM conference. It's going to be pretty cool, pretty awesome. We're having... the Ohio State Engineering Department there. Our keynote speaker is pretty cool. She is a...
Dr. Monica Cox from the Ohio State University. She is the co-chair of the Department of Engineering. She is the first African-American woman to hold that title. She was also previously the first African-American woman to gain tenure at Purdue University.
Well, we won't hold Purdue against her, but other than that, we're going to be okay.
We do have a question.
Oh, there we go.
Someone says, what is a suggested age range for the conference?
For the conference, we're targeting mainly high schoolers. We're going to be having, the Columbus Foundation is going to be there kind of leading scholarship, like informational sessions. We're going to be having a couple of colleges there, I believe, as well as other resources that are more relevant to high schoolers, but it's open to all. We will have an activity area where little kids can go, so if you're scared about coming to the conference because you're going to have to bring your younger sibling or like a little kid you babysit, don't worry, we have that covered.
There we go. That's a good question. No other embarrassing questions from parents or anything?
No.
Really? Wow, you're lucky. I'm good luck. I was really thinking it would have been another way. Well, thank you very much. I know I will see you on Saturday at 12 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good event, and thank you for taking some time to come out here. And again, for everybody else, make sure you check it out on the website or other social media to see all the cool things that they do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we do a quick set change, we're going to go ahead and the robotics team is going to go back to school. And then joining us as our next guest is actually the representative from the Epilepsy Alliance of Ohio. So we're really happy about this. Not your first time you've been on the show.
Yes.
So that's always a good thing.
Yes.
You saw how easy it's not stressful in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully the questions, hopefully your parents aren't watching to send any embarrassing questions.
No.
Well, first of all, I appreciate it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Epilepsy Foundation and what the organization's all about, what it tries to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So Epilepsy Alliance Ohio is a nonprofit. We're based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, but we have a satellite office in Clintonville, so that's where I'm located. We offer counseling, art therapy, advocacy services, And all these things are kind of done. They can be done in person, virtually, on like a weekly basis. We hold support groups for adults, parents, caregivers. We also do seizure recognition response and training. We do like, I'll go into schools, we teach high schoolers, any entity, any business that would like us to come out and educate them on seizure recognition and some first aid. We're so happy to do so. Everything is at no cost to anyone who needs our services. And yeah, we hold a couple events in the area as well.
Well, I know it's, for people who've never seen somebody that has, I guess you'd say, experienced an epileptic episode, they can be very disconcerting if you're not used to it, if you don't know what to do. So I think the training is actually a pretty good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw it one time when I was teaching in high school, and thankfully we had our training, so we knew what to do. But still, if you're not used to it or not expecting it, I guess, then it's one of those things where you just don't know what to do. Like, your natural instinct is to do this, but no, you're not supposed to, that type of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a jarring experience. Like, someone might freeze, but when you like arm yourself with some knowledge, you feel confident. You're able to kind of jump in there and help somebody out.
It's pretty cool. Now, you mentioned some events. What kind of things do you do that you might want to share?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a annual conference. It's the Living with Epilepsy conference. It's held at a rotating either Ohio Health, Nationwide Children's, or Ohio State. And it's just a conference for people living with epilepsy, their caregivers, anyone who's interested to learn from medical professionals, epileptologists, a neurologist, just to kind of see what resources are available to them, maybe ask some questions that they might not be able to find online. Getting to hear straight from the professionals is super valuable. We also do a stroll for epilepsy.
I was waiting for the 5K
merch. So our stroll for epilepsy is going to be held on February 28th at Polaris. It's a Saturday. I hope I have that date right. But it is just a fun walk through Polaris. It's a family event. You can start a team and get a group together to walk, and each station along the way has our representatives from pharmaceutical companies, more representatives from these hospitals to teach and give more information about epilepsy. You'll be asked a question, you'll be given the answer, and you get a prize at the end, so it's a really cool experience. Super family friendly, just an easy walk through the mall, and then you're at the mall, so like there's your Saturday plan.
There you go. Well, I appreciate that. What else is there anything, that if residents want to get more involved outside of that, is there any other ways to support other than if maybe they don't like the mall? I don't know.
Who doesn't like the mall?
I know.
I'm sure a lot of people do.
Kids today, let me tell you. Yeah.
Well, we have volunteer opportunities. We were just at the Boo and Brew at Polaris. We were the beer tent, which was fun, but having people come out and support us in those events, when all their purchases, the money went to our foundation, which is amazing. We have other events, like we'll be at Pride. We do tables across different communities, so we always have our resources available just for people to stop out. We have yard signs available if people want to put yard signs.
Don't say yard signs. We just got done with an election.
But they're cute. They're purple, and I made them.
There you go. Then we can go with a different type of yard sign.
Yes, they're cute yard signs. But they are just kind of explaining that 1 in 26 people are affected by epilepsy. And November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, so it's just a fun way to spread the word, put some purple in people's yards. Another way that we've been encouraging people is to check out our social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we have our website as well. We have a lot of really great content coming out on painting your nails purple, just wearing purple, showing support in little ways and big ways alike.
That fits. Reynoldsburg has that. That's their. That's the colors for the Raiders. So
I noticed with the purple hoodies. I was like, oh.
It all comes together.
I love it.
Well, any questions at all?
Nope.
All right, so you have survived. Even they got a question, and apparently you didn't tell your parents that it was going to be on Zoom.
No, I didn't.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully, we can get you back at some of our community events as well that we have throughout the year. And let us know about the walk at Polaris, because that sounds like something that would be nice to do.
Definitely.
Especially, everybody loves a 5K, but if you're inside a mall, it's a little bit different.
And it's only one lap around.
Yeah.
So, no K's involved.
And then somewhere Auntie Anne's is going to call somebody's name. All right, well, I do appreciate you coming in today. Thank you so much.
I have one more thing I do want to
yes,
mention.
yes.
I'm sorry. So we have kind of challenged some businesses and some community buildings to light up purple. So we have the Skybridge downtown lighting up purple, and we have the Dublin Link. We have City Hall, Columbus City Hall lighting up. So if you have purple lights, put them up. If you have anything, just to show. If you want to check out our social media, and Cincinnati, TQL Stadium, Paycor Stadium are all lighting up purple for us this month. So just a little shout out to light it up purple in any way that you can.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that we've been talking about, is getting some exterior lighting. We don't have the capability at City Hall yet, but that doesn't stop everybody else from doing it.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
All right, well, thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
you so
I
much.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Have a great rest
You
of your time.
too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a great show set up. Talk about the guests all the way around, from our robotics team in the high school to the Epilepsy Alliance of Ohio. We thank them for coming. And now we're going to kind of move on with a number of other fun things, and we'll see if anybody's got some questions. Next Reynoldsburg City School Board meeting will be on November 18th, where they will probably welcome and introduce the council members-elect from the election results yesterday. So it's going to be a new day for Reynoldsburg City Schools. There's 2 brand new members to the school board, and so I know that they have their ideas that they talked about and seem to be gathering a lot of support after yesterday's election. But we've got next steps coming up. You've got is there going to be a levy, and most importantly, I think what kind of school district does the community want for our kids? And I think those are the good things to listen. I know the school district has gotten some of that information out. I know certainly the candidates have heard about that and that type of thing. So that's going to be a fun thing. As far as the rest of it, we do have our usual fun things with the Reynoldsburg Fire Police Department. We've got Shop with a Cop. RPD is accepting their gift cards from Meijer. You can drop them off all the way from today all the way to November 25th at RPD, and then sometime thereafter they're going to go Shop with a Cop. It's going to be really cool. They're going to have a lot of squad cars there. They're going to be flashing lights all over the place, and they're going to take the kids all the way through Meijer to go ahead and do the Shop with a Cop thing. So I know they've got their goals in mind, so let's help them get to that so you can make sure you donate those things. You can just drop them off at RPD anytime that you want to. We also have a Red Cross blood drive on November 19th. I know I'm already scheduled for that, so we're going to be ready to go. As far as road updates, got a really cool Wagner Road update, and we're going to get it on the website later today as soon as I get it all typed in an email. Basically, we are still on track to get everything taken care of. You're probably going to start seeing some curb work being done sometime maybe mid to late next week, depending on what the weather looks like. And once the curb goes in, then it becomes a real downhill thing. You have to wait a little bit of time for the curb to cure a little bit, make sure it's all nice and ready for everything. Then we'll asphalt again the last little bit of November, early December. And then we'll have open directions on both ways for pretty much, I would say, a little bit most of the winter. And then phase 2 will pick up a little bit. Now, you're still going to see some people working out there, putting up street lights, and then working on some other different things, and you probably see some utility companies out there. But the first phase of Wagner Road is running down. Real fun thing is our leaf collection update. So, we hoped that we were going to get this thing started a little while ago, but we had some delays in getting some of the materials and equipment. So we did a quiet, nobody's supposed to know about it, soft run of leaf collection over the last couple of days. So they went around just to kind of judge how long it takes them to get through a community and things like that. But now we're going to go ahead and let everybody know that starting on Monday, the entire city is going to be opened up for leaf collection. So there are a couple of rules that you have to follow. One, make sure you put all the leaves behind the curb. So in that area, typically between the sidewalk and the street, put your leaves up in there, and try not to park in front of them, because if a car's there, it's going to be really difficult for our crews to kind of get that stuff taken care of. Another thing, and I know it sounds kind of funny when I say it, please don't hide your children in the leaves, because that can also, the kid gets sucked into the thing. It's a whole other stuff. You don't want that. And even if you do, we don't want that. So make sure you don't have your kids hiding in the leaves as we kind of get ready to come by. But that's going to start next week. There really isn't a specific location. They're going to basically start and try and do the whole city. So basically between now and Monday, if this is something you want to participate in, try and get those leaves pushed out there all the way throughout the city. You'll see that on social media, and we'll have some message boards out there as well. But that's going to be moving forward as well. We are really, really, really close to our street program for 2026. We're going to announce what those are in December. We're just working on a couple of things to make sure that we know exactly what we want for it. It's a pretty healthy budget. It's about $3 million in road improvements in areas that are kind of all the way throughout the city, with a couple of specific focus areas. So we'll talk about those. And we will also have the next couple of years lined up. So we'll have basically the 26, 27, and 28 street programs. The good news is that if the budget works, we can pull a couple from future years in and things like that. So that is kind of getting back on track. Any questions, comments about that? All right. Some programs from Parks and Recreation, and there's a whole bunch of them, folks. It is that time of the year where everything's kind of moved inside for the most part. We have Fused Glass that's starting tomorrow through December 4th, and that's at the Senior Center from 6:30 to 8:30. We have the Beginners Watercolor Holiday Cards, which actually starts on November 9th, and that's going to be at the Senior Center at 2 o'clock. The Intro into Mindful Art on November 8th from 11 to 4 at the Livingston House. Again, kind of like a therapy through mindful art and all of that, to kind of do whatever it is, so you don't have to like draw something or sculpt something specifically. We also have back for a very popular return, the Gobble Games. If you haven't had a chance to participate in this, it's a lot of fun. Basically, you can get into teams, one adult, one child between the ages of 7 and 13, and they do all sorts of different things related to Thanksgiving. And this will be on the 24th of November at 6:30. It's going to be a lot of fun, and prizes are awarded for everything. So go ahead and check that out. It's always a good fun activity before we go ahead and eat all of that turkey and all that fun stuff. Livingston House has their nighttime tours. The next one is on November 21st from 9 p.m. to midnight. And I don't have enough time to tell you about every single one of the things that are going on for the holidays, but basically starting in December, there's something going on all the time. Anything from our tree lighting, which you should obviously come to because that's going to be a lot of fun, but the Parks has, breakfast with Santa, and they have all sorts of other different holiday themed activities. Please check out on the Parks and Rec page to kind of see all of those things. I literally would take another 10 minutes to read through all the different activities that are out there. But check those out and go ahead and sign up for those types of things. Bryce Park is open. The only thing we're working on right now is just trying to make sure that we get everybody scheduled to do like an official thing. So if you want to go check out Bryce Park today, you can. It's open. You just can't see the sign that says Bryce Park. Not really a challenge there. That's not the most fun part of the park, but go ahead and check that out. Make sure you walk around the entire part of it. It's a lot of fun. It is nice, especially when the sun's out like this is today. Other fun things coming up. Really, that's about it. Development is what development is. You'll probably start seeing some movement on a couple of development projects off Taylor Road. You'll probably see some different things off Lancaster as well on some different projects that'll be starting over the next couple of weeks. But just to kind of see how that goes. For those of you out there that did participate and had those wonderful signs, if your candidates did not come and pick them up, or they don't want to come and pick them up, which can sometimes happen, we are taking them here at City Hall. We're going to be doing the election sign recycling program, so you can go ahead and bring them here, bring them to City Hall. We'll go ahead and take care of them, put them where they need to be, because again, they can be a little bit bulky unless you're of course saving all of your signs for some future thing in the next couple of months. But go ahead and check that out. We still have pumpkin recycling, basically, so if you got those, I know I have a couple ones that are starting to look like they're ready to be recycled, so we'll get them out there as well. Any other questions, comments? Nothing out there?
No, not
all
today.
right, so we're gonna, we'll have a little bit of a fun conversation about, how the election happened and all this other stuff, because I do have a real serious question about it. One of the things that always comes up is, I'm a big believer in actually going out and talking to people. So you might have seen me this past season too, just knocking on doors and things like that. But one of the things that I see are a lot of no soliciting signs. And so that becomes the moment where you have somebody freeze, or like they want to knock, and technically political talk is not soliciting, but at the same time, if you have to explain that, probably not going to work out too well. So the question for you guys is kind of related to not just campaigns or whatnot, but just how do you want your city council members, how do you want me, how do you want us to actually engage with the citizenry? Obviously, the show is here. You see me on social media. I tend to be on there an awful lot. But what else can we do? Because if we can't go to your door, then I'm not really sure where we're at on that. So that'll be some questions that we talk about moving forward on it. But the next fun thing is next week, it's going to be a little bit louder. I have a feeling that it's not going to be as quiet and a serene set, because we are going to take a little trip out to the Licking County Dog Shelter and Adoption Center. So that is going to be next week. So some of our staff might be coming home with new pets next week. No, my wife is saying no right now. I know she's listening to it. We'll see if there's one really, really cute. You never know. But we're going to be out there and talk about how to adopt, what the process is, the number of dogs and things of that nature. And really, honestly, it's mostly for a few people here that can just go and